Hey there, everybody. This is TJ Fowler for Skullbanger.net, and I am here in Lorelei, Germany, at Metal Fest 2014 with Sabaton. This is Joakim.
Yes, correct. Hello.
Hello, and this is Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they were kind enough to let me do an interview with them, thanks to Nuclear Blast and their gracious hospitality. So anyway, I guess we'll get right on into it and ask some questions. And so I guess the first thing is new album, Heroes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been very, very well received, especially in terms of chart position. It went very, very high in a lot of countries, and even cracked, I think, the top 100 in America. Did it get to 99 Billboard?
Yeah, 99 Billboard, and we did #1 in Sweden, #2 in Finland, #3 in Germany. So it was actually 9 worldwide, #9.
Yeah, that's excellent, excellent. Now, was that kind of a surprise to you, or was it? We're Sabaton, of course, that's going to happen.
It was very much a surprise. To be honest, though, we've been very close to hitting the #1 in Sweden before.
Sure.
So we were hoping for that. We didn't expect it, of course, but we were hoping for a #1 there. Everything else pretty much was a surprise.
Yeah. So surprise to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, first time on the world charts. It's something unique. I mean, tell something.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah. Very cool. Okay, so now, as everybody knows that follows you, you're a band that focuses a lot on military history, battles, things like that. Now, this album, as the title suggests, is called Heroes, so you kind of focus a little bit more on individual heroism. Now, I know you've talked about this on your Sabaton History channel online, but for those that haven't seen that, can you kind of go into why you went in this direction for this album?
Well, obviously we've been singing about war before, but usually we've been focusing on the bigger events, the major battles, and such things. On a few occasions, though, we've been singing about a single individual, and I think it was when we were doing Coat of Arms and writing the lyrics for that, which is back in 2009, because we released it in 2010. So yeah, back in late 2009, we did a song about Simo Heie, Finnish sniper.
Yes.
And it's about him as an individual. It was really nice to get that. You get a deeper connection between the lyrics and the music somehow. And I think that's when the idea for Heroes were born.
Okay.
So we decided, I mean, subconsciously then, but right before we actually recorded Carolus Rex, we really decided that we're going to make an album where we focus more on the individuals or very small units and groups,
sure,
instead of the bigger picture. And it was quite nice, and we learned a lot as well, because I mean, almost half of these stories are, ideas that we wouldn't have known about if it wasn't for our fans.
Sure, and I find your music very, it's almost like you can go to history class, to learn about some of the stuff, so it's cool that you also learned a few things. But now you got some new members. This is the first full album with the new guys.
Yeah.
So I'll ask Chris here. So how is this, how did the songwriting work for this album? Was you involved very heavily, minor? I mean, what was your input into the album?
I mean, Joakim always write the songs, and we were more than welcome to come and join and write music and stuff. So me and the other guitarist and also the new drummer, we came up with a bunch of ideas,
great.
which Joakim thought was perfect, and some of them ended on the album and some are put on the shelf for next album or next album. But I mean, we did a lot of writing together, actually.
Okay, great. That's great. Perfect. Okay, now, next question here is obviously, now, you learned a lot of stories from this album, individual heroism. Like Audie Murphy was a little tragic, what happened to him after the wars. So, for you personally, each of you, was there any certain songs here that kind of stuck with you more personal than some others that have like some personal emphasis or anything that kind of is a little bit more special for you?
Well, they're all different in a sense, because it depends if you're talking musically or story-wise. But if you're talking about the lyrical content and the heroism showed by that person, I think beyond the shadow of a doubt is the inmate 4859, Polish soldier Witold Pilecki, who hears rumors about what's going on in Auschwitz.
Sure.
And nobody believes him when he's telling the stories. So what he does is he gets fake papers, basically he fakes Jewish ancestry to actually get taken into Auschwitz. So he goes into Auschwitz voluntarily, spends 2.5 years there, organizing a resistance and gathering evidence. And then he escapes. And they still don't believe him. So he says basically, well, screw you, sorry. And he goes to fight in the Warsaw Uprising, which is a major conflict as well. And then after a while, you know, the Soviet Union basically places a government they like in Warsaw. And since he's been, you know, a very heroic figure, he's been in the resistance, he's also been having contact with the British and the American soldiers. So they decided he's a traitor and they execute him.
Okay, yeah, that's bad. All right, Chris, what about you?
I have to say the same, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a fantastic story, and why haven't anybody made a movie about this?
Sure. Yeah.
It's insane. I mean,
that's kind of all they have in actually. Yeah.
So that's when I heard the lyrics for the first time. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
Mixed with the song, it was wow, amazing feeling.
All right. Well, now this album seems to mostly revolve around World War II exploits. Now, is there any? I know the album just came out, so I know you may not be thinking of this, but would there ever be any plans for like a Heroes Part 2 that might focus on like maybe World War I or some other era of conflict?
Well, we haven't really planned on doing Heroes Part 2 at all. We haven't thought about it actually, but for sure we've been thinking about, you know, covering other wars.
Sure.
I mean, Carolus Rex was, you know, way back, Swedish Empire, but in our previous albums we've had everything from the Falklands conflict, Iraq, we've had Six-Day War in Israel, we've had World War I, Vietnam as well.
Sure.
Even though many of these things were back then, there was so much things we haven't covered.
Right.
So there was one song about Vietnam, one song about Israel, you know, and it would be all jumping around a bit. While now, as our interest has grown deeper in this, we're more and more thinking of making, more of a concept albums about one conflict instead of, you know, trying to be everywhere at once.
So you're going to have a Sabaton of a Sabaton Sun album coming out?
Chris would like that. He's a huge Maiden fan.
Yeah. Okay. So am I. But now, this is you'll be headlining tonight, actually, here in Lorelei. Now, the interview won't probably go on up until tomorrow when I can put it online. But going to be playing some of the new songs. So what can all the German fans here expect from this show and the other shows that you might be playing in Germany?
Oh, this one is special. Trust me, you will know when you see our drum riser.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anything you want to add to that?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
It's actually officially already. It's a tank.
It's a tank.
It's a tank. We have a proper big tank shooting pyros.
Very cool.
It's a drum riser.
Okay.
We figured, you know, drummers grow on trees, so if something goes wrong, you know, we'll just get another one.
Yeah, just get it. Bring Snowy back in and fill him in for a while. All right. Well, now you guys are known for touring a lot. I've seen you tour a lot.
Yeah.
And you've just added some more North American tour dates with Amon Amarth and Skeleton Witch.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to be going to some new places in North America that you haven't been to, and you're going to Tennessee.
Oh, yes.
I can't.
Finally.
I am happy to see that. I won't be there. I'll be still in Finland, but I've got some fans that have turned on to you there, and they're going to try to show up to the show.
Cool.
And I just want you to tell all my Tennessee friends and country music fans what they can expect when you roll through Tennessee.
Well, when we come to Tennessee, of course, we're adapting our set list. So there'll be a lot of banjos, a lot of Willie Nelson stuff as well. And no?
If you hear banjos, you better run. Hear people say you got a pretty mouth and stuff like that. You might want to get. But yeah, go ahead there. Tell us a little bit more about Banjo Sabaton.
Banjoton, it's called actually. Banjoton. And we do a lot of covers on Bulgarian folk music, of course, and but we sing in Polish.
How about cover of Redneck's Cotton Eye Joe? Can you do that?
That's that's a Swedish band. And let's just say that's not something we're proud of being Swedish.
Oh no, I actually know the guy that was in that band at one point. He's calling you out, Anders. He's calling you out. But well, all right, guys. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for sitting and talking with me.
Thank you very much.
And can't wait to get the photographs of the show out here. I'll get them your way. And everybody, thanks for tuning in to skullbanger.net. And thanks again, Sabaton, Nuclear Blast.